used to carry $5,000 worth of gear for content creation. I wanted the same pro results, but lighter, faster, and way cheaper. Then I found these 3 apps on my iPhone 17 Pro that literally replaced thousands of dollars of equipment and labor. And that's literally all from your phone. And yes, I did go for the Master Chief. So I've been creating content since I was literally like 12 years old.
We've come a long way since then.
And in that time, I've spent a fortune on cameras, microphones. I mean, look, you can see this one right here. I'm wearing a lav mic. And I've especially spent a pretty penny on software. I'm looking at you, Adobe.
I mean, like, literally, I've spent so much money on stuff.
I have my A7C II here. This is a phenomenal camera, by the way. If you're in the market, get one of these. Some lights, bunch of stuff down here. My whole PC setup for editing. A bunch of crap over here.
But the big truth is, you really don't need $3,000 plus cameras, thousands of dollars of audio and lighting equipment. You don't need this to make great content.
What we as artists and creators actually need are tools that are flexible and don't slow us down. And most importantly, don't break the bank. I mean, we're already spending $1,200 plus on pro level phones these days. And I only see them getting more expensive. But this year in particular, the iPhone 17 Pro actually kind of deserves the Pro moniker. But the real power isn't in the hardware, it's in the applications and the software that actually take advantage of it. And these 3 apps that I'm gonna show you today, I can promise you a handful of creators haven't heard about. And they really bring the Pro power. First up, we have Blackmagic Camera. And no, I am not a DaVinci Resolve shill. This app is just like truly amazing. It's completely free and it turns your iPhone into a pro level cinema camera. All right, so this is the UI of the Blackmagic Camera app. A little confusing at first, but if you're used to like mirrorless cameras, professional camera setups, you completely get this. The one thing that I hate, and I know that this maybe won't happen in the near future, Apple, if you're listening, is we can't adjust the aperture of the camera. You can see that right there. It's stuck at f1.8. That's because this camera literally, like you can't change it. It's impossible. But I'm gonna go over a few of my favorite settings from this app that I've been using for my content creation so far. First up is gonna be Open Gate Recording, and then you click Resolution, and you can select Open Gate. Now, if you're familiar with action cameras like this DJI Action 4, you'll know that you can record in Open Gate. And this is what Open Gate looks like. So it gives you just a little bit more room to play around with. And this is perfect for converting long form videos into short form, because we are in a short form economy now. It's important to be shooting footage like this. Next up is Apple ProRes. This is gonna be, again, under the record settings. Just select codec. You can see it says requires external storage. And if you are a content creator or you do anything with media, you probably have an SSD lying around. So all you need to do is buy a little SSD MagSafe adapter. This is one that I got from SmallRig. It was really cheap on Amazon. I'll link it down below for you guys. But you open it up, you get this little doohickey. As you can see, it perfectly sticks on with MagSafe. You extend it, you slide your SSD in there, and it's nice and secure on the back of your iPhone now. So what you need to do is go over to settings. Now you can select Apple ProRes RAW, Open Gate, Color Space, Apple Log. Then what you need to do is you need to go down to Media, scroll all the ways down to Save Clips to, click that, select Files, and go ahead and find your SSD right here. Click Open, and then it'll just save to that SSD. So let's do a little test run right here. You can see, hi, I'm Jack. Welcome to my video. I am a tech influencer now. All right, so that is app number 1. But the problem is shooting good footage is only half the battle. You also need to make sure your exposure, color, and focus are dialed in while shooting. App number 2 is called Monitor Plus. And this one has legitimately been a game changer for me.
All right, so welcome to my somewhat messy office. We're gonna be going over Monitor Plus right now on the nice Sony A7C II. Beautiful camera, love this thing. Kinda unfortunate that I can't use it right now. This whole setup that I got going is a little annoying. Get yourself a really cheap cold shoe mount with a standard thread. And then same deal, just buy a cheap iPhone holder. As long as you have a case on your phone, it's gonna be okay. You don't need to splurge on the crazy nice stuff. This is like the cheapest cheapest plastic I've ever seen. Then slide it on in there. If you guys haven't noticed, I love small rig stuff. It just works so well. Next up is taking out your iPhone 17 Pro in Master Chief color. Grab a nice USB-C cable. And quick note, I had an A7 III before this camera. So that was an older mirrorless camera. And it didn't work as well with this app as I would have liked. So if you have a newer model camera, this will probably work better. But what I will say is it did work with the A7 III. Just a little finicky. So then you're gonna go ahead and mount your phone in here. This is a little difficult with all the buttons on the new iPhone. So even me, just a second ago, saying, buy the cheap stuff, you don't need the expensive stuff. I may go ahead and get a MagSafe mount. The buttons are just absurd on these new phones. All right, and then find your USB-C port, plug her on in, and there we go. She's in. You can see my setup. So the beauty of this is I now have a really good monitor, and I literally carry it around in my pocket all the time. I don't have to spend money or lug around something else. It just makes my whole setup here 10 times easier when I'm going out to do a shoot. And I mean, who wants to use this tiny view monitor right here? It's doable, it can work, but it's not the best. So what I was saying about the newer cameras is that you can now click these buttons within the app, and you can change the settings of the camera. So you can see I'm adjusting the shutter speed right now. It's all broken. And then I can set it back to what I need. Woo! Good motion blur. So this just wasn't working on my A7 III, but on the A7C II, which is a newer camera, it works great. I just love this. Like, I could play with this all day. It also just looks ridiculous. Like, how much money do I have?
And remember, this app costs like $15. You're not spending $800 to $1,500 plus dollars on a monitor. I mean, you can find cheaper alternatives out there, but your iPhone is pretty color accurate, it gets pretty bright, and you already have it anyways. So may as well use it. So now you can shoot and monitor like a pro. There's one more piece of this little puzzle that I'm concocting. And this is something that a lot of creators really overlook, and that is the content itself. This is a big issue in the tech space. Everybody tries to get everything looking nice. They try to show off their cool tech that they bought, but if your content is ass, none of that matters. So this is app number 3, and it is called CHATLLM. And this is an app that I use to write every single script, brainstorm ideas, get help with color grading. I mean, this is insane value.
So this is CHATLLM. And I know this may touch on some hard points, some issues with a lot of you guys. And I completely understand if you do not like AI, you want to avoid AI, but I am an AI proponent. I'm big into technology. I think that this is the future, and if you don't learn how to utilize it, you are gonna be left behind. A good example that I heard was Company A has 1,000 employees. Company B also has 1,000 employees. Company A decides to cut half of their employees because of AI. Company B decides to keep all of their employees and use AI. And Company B wins. They now win the market, they own it all. I think a lot of companies will come to this realization, and as a self-employed person, as a solo content creator, it's very important for me to be using this stuff to compete to an extent. So that's my whole spiel. If you guys don't agree with me, completely understand, rip me a new one in the comments. But here is how I use it. Up here, you can select projects, and I'm just gonna go into my Jack Bontatibus brand one. I have spent a lot of time kind of dialing in these custom instructions right here. And the biggest one is that I've read a lot of these books. Like you can see, book number 1, everybody writes. I have read this book, I love this book. It's very good for scripting and content creation, but I want to be able to just like kind of chat with the book to an extent and not have to use all of my brain power to utilize all the lessons from the book. So for this video, I initially prompted with, help me outline a video I want to make with the premise, these 3 hidden apps all content creators use, iPhone 17 Pro edition. Feel free to suggest a better, more enticing title as well. I'm going to go over these 3 apps, Blackmagic Cam, Monitor Plus, CHATLLM. Do some research on the apps, draw on your knowledge of how to create an enticing video, and help me outline this. Did some research, it gave me some better title suggestions, and then it gave me a pretty decent outline. I went ahead and had some back and forths with it. I liked the outline, it was good. It took a lot of my original ideas and just expanded it, saved me a lot of time. And then I went ahead, copied it all into a Google Doc, and actually outlined the video that I want to make. So maybe I was a little clickbaity when I originally brought up this app. I didn't use it to script the entire video. I used it as a really highly specific research assistant.
Honestly, this app has doubled my output. I used to spend hours staring at a blank page, getting all of that anxiety because I have so many ideas, but I don't want to put it down unless it's outlined well. And I mean, as you saw from my process, like, it works pretty good. And if you want to try this app out, like I said, it's an insane value for the price. I do have an affiliate link in the description down below. This would allow me to continue making content like this for you guys, sharing my years of industry knowledge, and helping all of you be more productive, artistic, and at the end of the day, hopefully make a little more money. So there you have it. Those are the 3 apps that have completely changed how I make content. Blackmagic camera for pro level recording, Monitor Plus for monitoring my beautiful mirrorless camera footage, and CHATLLM for, I mean, honestly, my own personal assistant. Together, these apps replace thousands of dollars of gear and labor cost. And the best part, you probably already have the hardware you need. Your iPhone. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and if you want all 3 apps, they are linked down in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see all of you in the next one.